welcome to the Gaia update for the solar eclipse in Aquarius on February 15th, 2018. I'm Adrienne Elise. Thank you for joining me. So this is a powerful new moon solar eclipse. It's a wide eclipse. It's far away from the node, so it's not a total eclipse. It's just a partial solar eclipse, but we're still feeling this powerful lining up of the sun and the moon's nodes, with that north node in Leo, south node in Aquarius. So for this eclipse, the day after the eclipse, the 16th, is when we move into Chinese New Year. So there's a big energy shift. We kind of haven't really gotten in to the 2018 energies yet, and go ahead and check out my video on the year of the dog for 2018 and get a sense of what that's about. But this is a potent shift of energy. So for this new moon, we have the sun and the moon. So in the new moon, it's always that the sun and the moon are together in Aquarius, speaking to this new age, speaking to the future, speaking to technology, innovation, spiritual community, and information. Now we're particularly looking at information because not only are the sun and the moon together in Aquarius, but also Mercury the messenger. Our way of understanding in day-to-day reality, our perceptions about what's going on. So we've got Mercury there. We also have Juno, asteroid Juno. Juno rules committed partnerships. It rules where we're loyal to each other. And so this is interesting because Aquarius in general rules information. Uranus, a ruler of Aquarius, rules information from beyond, flashes of insight, intuition, seeing beyond the veil of what's, kind of like the greater, bigger truth, okay? So we've got that energy going on, and then we've got Mercury there. And so we're going to be gaining information and clarity. Of course, we have the eclipse, and eclipses are about revealing the truth. So expect revelations, and these revelations could be about where you're putting your loyalty. The year of the dog is about loyalty and integrity. And so we are having to look at the truth and kind of decide, and there's a great opportunity for strengthening our relationships, our committed relationships. This is close friends, it's family relationships, it's intimate partnerships, marriages, also business partnerships. And also I'm feeling like it's having to do, bringing up energy around people we've entrusted. Either we've hired them or we have elected them, and we're questioning whether or not there is an integrity base to move forward in these relationships. So this is coming forward on all levels of our life, and we're taking a good hard look. Now this is helped along by the week before, leading up to this solar eclipse. First Venus, then the sun, making a square with Jupiter in Scorpio. So the energy of the sun squaring Jupiter is just letting off as this eclipse happens. And so it's kind of leading up into it. And so the sun is our identity, who we are, and it's squaring up with Jupiter in Scorpio. Now Jupiter's in its shadow, getting ready to go into retrograde. Jupiter just cruised through these degrees of Scorpio and is going to take a retrograde, kind of like it just shined this big spotlight on the shadow, and it's kind of like, okay, here's the garbage that's been strewn out all over. Now we have to go pick through and get rid of what needs to be gotten rid of and keep what we want to keep. And that's this Jupiter retrograde in Scorpio that we're already feeling the shadow of. And so for this Venus and then the sun leading up to this eclipse, and this in-between eclipse period time is always very strange. And so these planets, sun then squaring Jupiter. Now Jupiter in Scorpio, Scorpio is that shadow, the clarity, trying to get to the bottom of things, trying to shine the light in the depths of the darkness. And this is all about what we need to do to be able to evolve and move forward into the Aquarian age. We've got all of these planets. We've got Venus will have just moved into Pisces, but we've got Mercury and the sun and the moon and Juno all there in Aquarius, and the south node. So we're really in this massive Aquarius energy. And whenever Aquarius has been coming up lately, it's kind of like, okay, evaluate where you are and where you want to be, because we're looking at moving into this Aquarian age. and it also rules community. So we've got that Juno energy coming up. Juno, when Juno is activated, it also speaks to soulmates, soul team. So it's a great time for soulmates to come into your life, and soul team, which is like soulmates, not necessarily intimate partners, but your soul team. You've incarnated these groups as star seeds over and over, and but we block these connections because of fear of being targeted. Because if there's one light worker, that can be kind of bring attention, but if there's two, that's even double. So even more of a target. So we blocked these connections, but this energy of this solar eclipse is opening a huge gateway to soul team, soulmates coming in, and pretty exciting. And that's going to be a big focus. I hope you'll consider joining me for the group session, a live activation, question and answer. I did this for the first time on the lunar eclipse, and it went really great, really potent session. And it was, people got the effect of like a full session. It was very moving, and bringing to light shared past life pictures, and getting an activation, a guided meditation where we can send out these messages to our soul group, and a beacon out for our soul group to find us and get to work on these amazing projects of what we came here to do. So I hope you'll consider joining me. That's going to be on Tuesday, February 13th, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and you can find out the information to sign up for that below. So with all of this energy happening in Aquarius, and these planets lining up, and with Mercury involved, we're getting information, we're getting everyday understanding. We've got that Sun square Jupiter energy, Jupiter moving into shadow, kind of being like, oh, what did we not, we have to look deeper in the shadow. We have to reevaluate. So there's truth energy coming through there. We've got Mars and Sagittarius. Mars is like, let's do this, like take action, the warrior, our male planet, and that's in the sign of the seeker. So Mars wants to find the truth in Sagittarius. Scorpio wants to get down, or Jupiter and Scorpio wants to get down under the muck and clean out this distortion and delusions and shadow and heavy emotions we've been carrying. And then Mars is like, let's seek beyond the veil. Let's get to the truth. We want to take action here. And then with Mercury and the Sun and the Moon, it's kind of like, okay, there's information, and Aquarius energy, there is information coming in on all levels that is going to affect our everyday life right now. And then, of course, put on top of it the eclipse energy, which is about revealing. So we have all of these elements speaking about truth coming into our life, coming into our world. And again, I've been called to say this again and again, the truth hurts at first. It's like, ugh, but then you feel so much better, because you don't want to have this kind of like impending doom, this elephant in the room that's nobody's addressing. And so that's the energy of what's happening right now, is just get it cleaned up so we can feel better. Get this cleaned up in our individual lives, get it cleaned up in the collective, so we can move forward and get to work and start creating this new age. So the other thing is that Mars, that warrior, is in a square with Neptune. And that we are going to be feeling for this solar eclipse. So Mars, the warrior, is wanting to seek and look beyond the veil in that sign of Sagittarius, and then squaring up with Neptune, the dreamer. Okay? But also Neptune in Pisces, home in Pisces, the illusions, delusions. So we're caught there. Squares are tension. There's tension beyond the seeking the truth and wanting to be freed through knowing the truth and having to face our delusions. But it's like, we've got to get through the delusions and illusions in order to build this new dream. And that's what's going on. We're waking up into the dream. We're waking up out of the nightmare. And this has a lot to do with the inequalities and the corruption and the things that is everything opposite of the year of the dog. The year of the dog that we're moving into is about integrity, loyalty, and working for the underdog, and kind of weighing out your heart and can we trust, a lot of this Juno energy too. And so we are having an opportunity to wake up out of our delusions, out of this nightmare, this poverty, war, crisis, terrorism created reality, and into the dream of the Aquarian age. So that's really the message here right now, but we're at the crux of it, and we have to look at the crap, and we kind of have to just be where we're at right now. There's a cool energy with the year of the dog, year of the yellow dog, around serenity, around the mountain. It represents the earth energy, represents a mountain. It represents being still and quiet in the storm. Let the universe reveal the things. Don't be reactive to it. Don't think too much about it. Let everything be. Let it settle out. Let the light of consciousness shine, and get your ego out of the way, and just kind of like let the things be revealed and fall into place. Okay, so it's a real energy of allowing the universe to do the work and holding that Zen mountain energy. So it's interesting because we've got the yang energy of the active energy of the sun taking action, and dogs are very active, but we also have the mountain, the Zen mountain, and those two energies are really good. So we've got action, taking action, hard work, being paid off in gifts and blessings and money in this year of the brown dog, and also with Saturn in Capricorn. So hard work and integrity being paid off, and also rest and respite and tranquility and calm, and allowing the universal energies to work out without getting involved and making it worse and escalating. Okay, so a really cool energy. And so this new moon eclipse is about massive information coming in, strengthening our bonds of loyalty and connection with the people around us, bringing in new people that we can trust on a deeper level. This is the deal with your soul team. You've worked with them together so many times. It's not a question of, well, who are they? What are their motives? You know, can I trust them? It's like, oh, I totally recognize you, and you want to lift each other up and support each other in your gifts because you have pieces of the puzzle that are trying to come together. So this is going to be a big focus of this activation group session, question and answer that's going to happen on Tuesday the 13th. So I hope you'll consider joining me. And if you want to submit your questions anonymously, you can email me ahead of time. I'll put my email down there too. And just let me know your questions anonymously, and I can address them if you want to give them to me ahead of time. Also, you can just be active in the chat or even come on screen and be a part of this event. So I look forward to working with you, and I look forward to the year ahead. It's a profound shifting time. We're moving through the gateway, through the portal, through the threshold to a new age and a new energy on the planet, and the dog is here to protect us as guardian of the threshold. So thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you on the eclipse activation, and as we move through this powerful year of 2018. So thanks for joining me. Until next time, I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.